What's good? What's good? What's good? What up, Detroit Lions fans? What is going on, YouTube? This is Micro Mike here, and I got a lot of fun show for you because we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that has not been talked about for a little bit, and that's the last couple of days when it comes to the OTAs. I'm not going to get into the contract disputes of Slay as well as Snacks because, well, we've killed it already. So, what up, though, Noble Sports? We're not going to get into that stuff, man. I simply just want to talk about football and football on the field for the folks that are participating and some of the observations that was taking place the last couple of days. What up, though, D. Williams? Hey, man, we're going to talk some Lions talk. I'm not going to get into the contract dispute because I am done with that stuff. What up, though, Boog Spray? Man, ready for some Lions talk, man. So we're going to get into some of the OTA's observations that has been taking place and some interesting stuff going on when it comes to the players that are actually on the field. And one of the individuals is, what up, though, Gridiron Blitz? One of those individuals is Mr. Tavon Wilson, the forgotten man on the team. Now, apparently, Mr. Tavon Wilson is doing very well in training camp, and he's making plays and doing stuff that we originally weren't thinking about. And so when it comes to the safety position, he is a veteran, and he is apparently doing really well and helping out the folks in the secondary there. So I'm very happy to see that. And with the news coming out that he's doing a fabulous job, not too bad, not too great, I do see him making the team. And so, again, that brings our depth at that safety position. What up, though? That brings that safety position a little higher. And so, again, it's bringing down the idea that our secondary is going to be really good, man. What up, though, George Morgan? He says, T's interviews was awesome. He is known as a ball, and he is finding a new job, man. T's Tabor has impressed me a lot, and I am absolutely happy with the role that he's taking place when it comes to being happy and checked his ego at the door and doing whatever it takes to win his job and stay on the team. So I love it, man. I really love how he's changing his game into being completely focused, and hopefully he continues his success. Now, on the first day of this last OTAs, Mr. T's Tabor was doing a really good job. Apparently, he was made another pick, and he was on his receivers like white on rice. So I'm very happy to hear about that. However, today he had a little down day, and he made a couple mistakes. But again, especially with him, he's going to make mistakes, and that's okay because he was making a lot of mistakes in the years prior. So now it looks like the man's doing a much better job, and he's really starting to get in there, man. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm very, very happy for T's Tabor, and he needs to continue his progress. And I think if he continues the way that it's going, I think he does have a legitimate shot at making the team, and that is really, really nice. Now, again, he had a down day today. Not of a big deal if you ask me. He's going to have down days, but if he continues that path, he continues his path of success, then the sky's the limit for him. So, Gridiron Blitz, he made a couple mistakes at OTAs today. He got burned on 2 plays according to MLive. So, again, when you got Matthew Stafford and he's throwing the ball, he's going to burn you. But that's what he had issues with last year, and he's going to have issues. I mean, it's not like he's going to go from being a bum to being a top-tier cornerback. That's just not how it goes. What up, though, top tier? Yeah, he got his head down, man. He put his head down. He's putting his nose in those books, and he's learning the plays. And, man, that is really exciting. That's really exciting, and I think he actually can make the team. I've written him off. But with all the progress this young man is making, I'm super excited about that. And sorry, my phone just went off, so I just shut that off really quick. Again, I think it's awesome. Folks, can you hear me well? I just want to make sure before I keep going that my voice is working well with this new setup. I'm on a different setup right now than I was on yesterday, so I just want to make sure that's good. If it is, great. If no, well, just let me know so then I can fix it away. Double sound. That is not good. How about this? Is this a little better? Is is this still the double sound, or am I gonna have to re up this bad boy again? Because I do not want to have a double sound. Oh man, this technology is just killing me. This technology is just killing me slowly, killing me softly. I need to get this stuff straight. I was sounding like a robot in my last one, and that is not good. Let's see. What about here? Does this sound a little better? Because I have no idea. Yep, mute CPU. Dang, man. So, let me get this thing straight here. This is driving me nuts. This is driving me. Okay. What up, though, Luke G? Apparently, I'm double sounding right now. So, I am not happy about that. And I have no idea why it's taking place. He said mute the CPU. Let's see. Man, why am I having these problems? Let's see. I'm trying to fix this stuff. And you know what? I'm going to just pull the plug here because this ain't working. Gots to let me know because I have no idea if it sounds good or if it sounds bad. I'm going to take my horse down the old town road ride until I can't get no more. Man, I hear you perfectly. Okay, that's good. I had to pull off the mic and I'm going to have to deal with this later. Again, man, this new technology, I haven't done it in this format yet. Now, apparently, the other format works, and again, when it comes to technology and me, apparently doesn't work out too well. So with that said, man, with all the malfunctions, with the mute CPU microphone, I thought I did. I really thought I did. I will have to deal with this after. But is it sounding good right now? I gotta let me know if it sounds good right now, because I will deal with it after this run, because I'm not gonna be fixing things while I'm going live here, and that's just something I don't want to be doing. So okay, man, as long as it sounds good right now, as long as I don't sound like a robot, that's just what it is, man. Just gotta take it with one click at a time here. So again, Tease Tabor had an off day today, but that's okay because it's been doing very well. Yeah, you have sound. I think he heard the song. How does it sound right now? Does it sound okay right now? That's what I need to know. I need to know if it sounds good right now. If it sounds good now, great. I can deal with it after this. But I really don't want to mess with this while I'm going live. So I just need to know if it sounds okay right now. Okay. So that said, man, when it comes to Taze Tabor, let me get back onto this again. Sorry for the malfunction, folks. He's doing well. He's got his head in the books. I really truly appreciate that. I appreciate the stance that he's taking. He's taking his job and his career to the next level, and that's what you got to do when you're having issues, man. You drop your ego at the door and you go ahead and pursue perfection. You just got to get to work. You just got to work. That's all you can do. With that said, another thing going out is we seen Jamal Agnew was playing defense today, and he apparently did pretty well. Now, it wasn't fantastic, but he made a couple pass breakups, what they're saying, against Matthew Stafford. And the competition of the secondary is just like we all thought, it's lighting up. It is lighting up, and man, it's something to behold. And I truly like this idea of having all these individuals go for competition and fight for that number 2 spot, that number 3 spot in the mix. Having Tracy Walker with the ability to do the safety as well, play cornerback at some positions. This is exciting. Now, before all the news broke down in the offseason, this is kind of what I predicted is going to happen when it comes to secondary. They're going to light it up. They're going to throw competition in there and let the best man win. And so I'm excited about that. I truly am. And head coach Patricia shot down. Also, I didn't want to talk about Slay, but he also said I ain't worried about that stuff. Again, just like we all been saying this is I really would not worry, folks. They're going to be on the field, and I think our secondary is going to be legit good and going to be fun. Yes, Agnew had a pick six yesterday. I love it, man. I love it. I didn't know if they were going to use Agnew as much on the defense this year, specifically because we got so much components in the secondary. But again, it does not hurt to have competition, and utilizing him in so many different packages could help because the man does got speed. If he gets that ball, there's not a whole lot of people that can stop him. Agnew is a special, special talent. You heard anything about Walker? Actually, I did, man. And they said that Walker specifically was having a good couple of days. And he was doing something in which a lot of people didn't realize. He was standing out. He made a couple pass defenses. And he made himself known towards all the individuals out there, the news media that was actually live, that he is still has a chance to make this team. Not only do I think he has a chance to make this team, I totally believe he's going to, just for the fact he's doing everything he can. Yeah, he would be a backup cornerback, and that's perfectly fine because we got so much talent. But he also has the ability to play safety at some position. So again, I'm really happy about Mr. Tracy. I'm happy about the competition. This is the one group I am definitely looking forward to seeing throughout the whole training camp, and I am ready to see how this bad boy turns out. So it is awesome. Another interesting fact that is completely off the radar is Andy Jones. He is the individual participating as a wide receiver, and apparently he was doing well. He was making big plays, but he's also had a drop now, I think, in each practice. So I don't think he makes the team just because we got too much talent in that position. But it's good to see. It is good to see these players fight it out. Yeah, with Agnew, I do see him as well being a backup, just like the other. But again, I also see him making the team because of his special teams ability. I love the fight that all the corners and all the safeties are doing right now. This is how you get better. Again, I do see him being a backup. That's not even really in question. I don't see him being a starter simply because we have so much talent there and we utilize him on special teams and on offense. So we can't have that man doing everything. And we have too much talent, I think, in the secondary to make this guy a full-time starter. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happen at all. We got a lot of talent up there. What up, though, Lone Wolf? And what up, though, top tier? I'm super excited, man. So tell me what else you're wanting to see, what you're hearing about, because I'm hearing about a lot. Again, another thing going on is they switched up the offensive line today. They took out Glasgow and Wiggins and put in some backups. And apparently this is nothing a big deal. Again, we need to see how these individuals play because we need to know who the backups of the backups are. It's important to even know if these guys can make the team. Because if you do not have a solid offensive line depth, man, there's no point in even having you on the team. And so they took Glasgow out and they took Wiggins out to let these unknown guys get a chance. And Glasgow, I do see him being a starter. Wiggins, I don't. Man, I truly don't want that man to be starting for offensive line. And yeah, we need a burner for wide receiver. I think what you're gonna see is with Jamal Agnew and Ty is they'll utilize them as the burner, not as a full-time player. But we got so much talent on that wide receiver position when you include also T.J. Hockenson and Jesse James, because there's so many players on offense when it comes to Jesse James, when it comes to obviously T.J. Hockenson, you have Marvin Jones and Galladay and Amendola. Then you have these burners with Agnew and Ty, and so I could see them utilizing them in that sense. I don't think we need to get another starter wide receiver. I think our depth is really solid. Now the battle will be between the fifth position. What up, though, buffed up? keep hopes alive, man. It's always keeping hope alive. That's what we do as Lions fans, because if we ain't got hope, we ain't got nothing, man. We have lived with despair for years and years. And I am tired of hearing about that all the time. I am ready for the good stuff. So hope is something you gotta live on, man. I'm all about being positive. There is so much time to be negative about that stuff, and I roll my eyes sometimes because there's no reason for it, man. There is just no reason for it. So, and another interesting fact. What up, though? Let's see. How are the running backs doing? The one update I did hear, because there's only one update I heard, is Kerryon Johnson is looking fantastic. They said this man is lighting it up right now. So that goes to the fact KJ is going to be a guy to watch to get that 1,000-yard season that we have not had in a century. What up, though, Andre? Yes, I was going to talk about that next. I will do that next. What up, though, J Third? Hey, if you like fantasy football like me, make sure you get Kerryon Johnson this year. You don't have to get him in the first round. You won't need to, but you can get him probably in the third, fourth round. And man, he's sounding like he's building up from last year, and I can't wait to see that. But the other individuals, I have not heard an update on, so I cannot give you my opinion on it because simply I haven't heard nothing either. Gentlemen, what up, though, fellow Pride followers? Yeah, man. Yeah, it is here, man. And yes, I was going to talk about the tight end. What do you think about Roberts and Thomas? Okay, so rumors came out yesterday. They were practicing a lot of 3 tight end sets. So this is going to be interesting, man. 3 tight end set offensive plays. So to me, even though I'm not a big fan, you know me, I'm not a big fan of Roberts. But I think he's going to make the team now with these playing these 3 formations. Because if you're doing 3, then you're probably going to have 4 tight ends for sure, about guaranteed. And so that's going to be interesting, man. I see actually Nada, the tight end that we got in the 6th round. I see him actually playing some. So I could see us doing a Jesse James, TJ Hawkinson, Nada, in the regular season. This is going to be interesting. You don't hear a lot about 3 tight end sets. So this goes to the fact of how deep we are at tight end position. I do see Roberts making the team. I don't see Thomas making the team, man. I think they're going to battle it out. I think just simply I don't like him, man. I don't like that guy for his effort. If he wants to make the team, he's got to change his attitude. And apparently his attitude's been well, and he's putting his head in the books, but time will only tell. Time will only tell. And so, yeah, Nada and Roberts, yeah. I see that as well. Just because of the age, and he's been on the team for a couple years, and we picked him up in the 6th round. I for sure think he's going to make the team. If you looked at my highlight reel, that guy has very soft hands, man. He can make some catches, and I think he was super underrated when it comes to pass catching. 3 tight end sets would be used for short, yeah, would be using for short, obviously for the run, but also if you looked at my Darrell Bevel offensive plays, you see him use those tight ends like crazy on the pass, not just run, but he was using them on the pass. So I could see us doing trick plays where you think it's going to be 3 tight end set with the 3rd and 1, and they're going to run it, and they end up doing a pass. So keep your eye on that. Also, keep your eye on doing a screen tight end pass. When it comes to Nada, the man can run and catch. So look for that. And obviously, TJ Hawkinson is a fantastic player. Sky's the limit for what he's going to do. Okay, Roberts needs to learn routes. I am with you. I think he not only needs to learn routes, but he really, really needs to focus and think about the big picture. Because if he doesn't do that now, he is not making the team. He's not going to make an NFL career. The average NFL career of a player is 3 years. And guess what? We drafted some folks that are very talented, and we picked up a Jesse James. So he knows, like Mr. T's Tabor, that you got to produce or you're getting out of the way. There is a really good article from the Draft Network today of the Lions and the 3 tight end sets. Yes, yes, I have not seen that, but I read all about the 3 tight end sets, and this is something that I am really, really excited to see because this is something new, and this is something Daryl Bevell, if you looked at that offensive tape, and folks, I'm going to break more offensive tape down. I think that is vital for us to understand kind of what's going to happen. And so I really, really love what Bevel did with those tight ends. It's super underrated. He had Graham, and Graham wasn't producing as well as I think our tight ends and TJ Hockenson is going to do. Man, I think our offense is going to look so much better than we have seen, and I cannot wait for the preseason. I know preseason is something that folks don't like looking forward to, but I sure am, man. I'm ready to see how this thing breaks down. And the tight end position is one of my favorites on the team with the secondary. Those are the 2 positions I'm really looking forward to. Gridiron, what was going on is the 3 tight end sets have been playing on in OTAs, and that was a big observation when it comes to the reporters on the ground. And they were doing a lot of 3 tight end set formations when it comes to pass and the run. Now we know about this when it comes to the run because they were using offensive line last year as a tight end. But now they're using the tight ends not just for the run, but also for the pass. So when I heard about this news, I instantly wanted to go back to my Daryl Bevell offensive breakdown, and I'm really going to break down the tight end set formations for Bevel because this is something that is maybe revolutionize our offense. Now again, Daryl Bevel was talking about how he picked up some new plays when he was off this last year, and I truly wonder if he had his mouth to the ear of Quinn and Patricia about let's try some 3 tight end sets. Let's try some play action to the tight ends. And maybe that's why we drafted Anata in the 6th round, as well as getting Jesse James and TJ. So this is something I really, really want to focus on, and I want to break down in complete detail for you guys and for myself and for the DSA. I think this is vital. I think this is something that is going to be utilized a lot this season. And just with my gut feeling, this is something we're going to see a lot. And so I really, really want to get into that for you guys. It'll take a little bit of time, but I will get that done, man. You guys are my subs. You guys are the best there is. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to break it down for you. So, dude, I'm with you. I can't wait for August, man. I'm with you, too. So I'm for sure going to go to training camp and do a live stream at training camp. And when I watch preseason this year, I'm going to be taking notes. I'm going to go over the tape a couple times after the game so I can break down individual players and not just from the eye, but kind of see from a different view and make sure that this is something vital for us fans. For sure, Luke G, for sure. What up, though, Marcellus Edwards? Even though I believe Kerryon Johnson will do more yards, do you think that we'll have touchdowns between KJ and CJ in these tight end and O-line mix? I'm with you, man. Yes. You're gonna see Kerryon Johnson and CJ doing a lot. I think they will split when it comes to, like, if they're in a goal line and they need to get a 5 yards, I think you're going to see a mixture of both. You got to remember, we cannot wear down these running backs by using just one the whole time. I believe this is going to be a long season, thus going into the playoffs. So the way to win that is to make sure that you don't overtread these running backs. So I see CJ Anderson getting a nice workload. And and it could be a game where, say, CJ Anderson is the hot hand. What up, though, General G. Berry? Say that CJ Anderson is the hot hand that game. Let him play. Let him play. This is something that was not happening last year. Kerryon Johnson last year would have a hot streak, and then KFC will pull him and put in LeGarrette Blunt or Theo. I don't see that happening this year. I feel like if, say, Kerryon's having a really good game, they're going to keep him in there a little bit more. If CJ's having a good game, he showed last year that he can, they're going to keep him in there. I still say take Kerryon Johnson. I think he's going to have a lot of yards this year. I think he's going to break the 1,000-yard mark. If you get him in the 3rd, 4th round, that would be fantastic. CJ Anderson, if you're looking for a sleeper, you need a running back in, say, the 3 running back set. Pick him up for injury concerns. Maybe Kerryon Johnson needs a break. He goes down for a game, wear and tear, ankle sprain, high ankle sprain. For both those players, we have backup. So I see both of them getting well. But if you're going to draft one, I say Kerryon Johnson has the higher ceiling, especially knowing the fact he's probably going to get utilized a little bit more. But again, I do see him splitting up. What up, Doe? Hype master. I am the hype. Hey, hype videos. I got a lot of sugar in me right now. I'm going crazy, man. It's like going nuts. And so I'm ready to throw this information down. I will make some more hype videos, but again, any news on Theo? Zero news on Theo. I have not heard one single word from Theo Riddick. And I don't know if they're trying to trade him or they're gonna just releasing him. I think he'll end up getting released. I don't know if he's much worth of trade bait. I don't see him making the team, man. What up, though, C-Rad TV? Hey, we got to get together one of these days, man. Me and you got to get together. I like your content. We need to collaborate one of these days, man. You got to hit me up. Gotcha, appreciate it. Hey, man, that's what it's all about. But yeah, I'm super excited, especially with the 3 tight end sets. Now picture this, folks. With our 3 tight end sets, usually in a normal offense, when you think 3 tight end sets, you instantly assume it's going to be the run game, correct? That's what you would think for me, especially last year. Now, with the ability to have these tight ends the way that we do, the defense cannot believe it's just a run. Thus, we'll have the ability to run even more. They may have to think it's a pass. Thus, we're going to get better run because having the ability of these tight ends to do both, they can pass, catch, and run. The defense cannot just play for one. Thus, bam, we're going to run it up the middle a lot better when they do a run play with 3 tight end sets. And if they think it's going to be a run play, bam, we can do that pass play. And that's what Bevel does. I'm super, super stoked for this. How do you feel with some of the undrafted free agents like Trey Lamar? I haven't heard much about him. There's only really one undrafted free agent. When it comes to team, when an undrafted free agent makes a team, usually it's like one that really makes the team. And in all honesty, man, I think that's Bo Benshaw. Now, I have not read a lot about him. I'm going to be honest with you, so I cannot give you a full scope of that. With that said, man, I'm going to take his name down and I'm going to do a lot more research for him, specifically for you, man, because you're always on my stuff, ripping it up. I will take a look at him. I will do that for sure for you, and we'll give you a better look, and I'll give you a better insight. I'll look at that tape and break it down, because I think that's a really good segment as well. Is taking some of these undrafted free agents and breaking their tape down. Can some of these individuals that we're not even thinking of make the team? And again, we usually do have one. We had the Zach Zenner. We have Mike Ford. So who knows, right? Who knows? But my undrafted free agent is the guy who I wanted in the 5th round, is Bo Benshaw, specifically because the fact not only is our offensive guard depth not that great, he's actually a really good player in my eyes. He just needs to work up his game, just like any later round draft pick or a free agent. Yeah, I will do that. You know me, man. I love breaking that film down, and that's what I do for you. So when I get off this stream, I'm going to write it down and have my list up. I'll be doing videos. I'll be trying to drop video every single day. If I'm not doing a live stream, I'm going to be dropping a video because that's what I do. I got to keep that content going. I got to keep that positive vibe going. And we all as fans need to learn, myself included. I don't know everything. And if it's something I don't know, I'm sure Luke G knows. And if it's something he don't know, well, then no one knows because that guy knows everything. But that's what we do, man. So I will take a look at that tape for you. And if there's any other individuals you guys want me to look at, give me these ideas, man. I love new ideas, and especially for something that you guys want, I will do it. Like I got asked to do top 5 videos, so I dropped that top 5 video, and I'll be doing more of those top 5s. I'll be doing more motivation, more hype videos, because I love that stuff, man. Not only is hype videos good for Detroit Lions, but it's good for us personally, man. So you know me, I've had many surgeries, and I got told after I had my neck surgery that I'll never have feeling on my left side of again. And after I got out of surgery, I didn't have any feeling, but I worked it back up, and I'm back in the gym. So, and that's what that stuff does, man. That's what it does. And so, yeah, give me some more ideas. I have no problem with that. You can leave me comments. You can Twitter me up. You can hit me up any way. And that's what we do. So, yeah, I really like the idea of all the yeah, he says wide receiver Lacey was great and Tease was not. Well, again, Tease Tabor's gonna have up and down, and when it comes to Lacey, he's had a good because his size is big, but he's been dropping. And if you want to make that fifth wide receiver spot, you can't drop those passes, and that's just not how it works. We know with Mr. Eric Ebron, that dropping stuff is something that our team does not need anymore. I don't care how big the guy is. You dropping passes, you're frustrating me, and you're frustrating the fan base, and you're frustrating the coaches, and that's just not how it works. That is not how it works, and that's something that I don't want to see, man. What do you feel position is the strongest on this team? Whew. Okay, you know how I love the secondary. I think that's pretty good, but again, I'm going to go from worst to first, and that's the tight end position. I think it's the strongest on the team, and it's going to be a big turnaround from last year. I'm really, really excited to see these young guys get in there and just kill it up because you got to think that T.J. Hawkinson is on a rookie contract. He'll be on for 5 years. Okay, you got Nada. He's on his rookie contract, so he'll probably be 4 or 5 years. And you got Jesse James, who just signed a contract. So we got these young studs for the next 4 to 5 years. The sky is the limit, and I think our offense is going to be good for a while, man. It's going to be real good. It's going to be legit awesome, and I am stoked to see it. But one position I am really, really worried about, and again, my worries came up after reading the report today. Oh, that backup quarterback spot is scaring the daylights out of me, man. That is just scaring me. I argued that D line is the best. Hey, I can't argue with that. The D line, they're sick. I mean, what's good about this team is they're is so good on so many fronts. The D line is fantastic, man. You got Robinson, you got Snacks. Oh, you got PJ, we drafted, of course, Deshaun Hand and Trey Flowers. It's a sick D line as well. It is sick, man. Yeah, I can't argue with that because you're right. I just how I see it is we took our weakest position last year was tight end, and now I feel it's the complete opposite. So last year we still had a pretty good defensive line last year when we got Snacks. And I think it's going to build up from that. It's still going to be good. You're 100% right. I 100% agree with both of you. Plus one on that. Plus one on that. But again, yeah, D line and tight end. Oh man, and our secondary. I got to tell you what, man. Our secondary is fantastic as well. Man, it's so underrated. Our defense is underrated all around. Our defense is scary underrated, and we're gonna make some noise this year. I really like the tight end went from junk to gold. Yeah, Quinn really talked about getting those tight ends over a year. Yes, backup quarterback scares me too, man. That's the scariest position right now. Is apparently obviously we know Savage is gonna be garbage, but apparently Connor Cooks is not looking good either. Man, I don't know if I want to if this trend continues with Cook, because I thought he has the ability to instantly be our second stringer, because Savage is complete trash. He has no chance of making the team, and if he does, oh man, that's really bad. But man, if Cook does not get better, we need to really consider about somehow getting a backup quarterback. If when other teams starting to let folks go, if we're gonna pick one up that way, or in a trade or something else, because man, if Stafford goes down, oh, it's not gonna be. It will be a lot better than it was in years past because we have the ability to run the football this year, but it will hurt our team bad. It will. I think Will Harris is gonna surprise. Great point. Great point, Andre, because man, he's playing all over the defense right now, and
Whew, I like that flexibility. I like an individual that can learn so many positions like that and can surprise offenses with his ability. And that's again what Matt Patricia is all about. And I'm gonna do a specific video on him as well. I am specifically gonna do a video on him. I wanted to see that. I just love the ability of so many individuals on our team that could play multiple positions. And thus offenses is gonna be curious of what's going on because usually when you look at a team, it's like, okay, you know what this person is, he's a safety. You know what this person is, a cornerback, linebacker, defensive tackle, end. You know that, but with our team, when they're on the field, when they blitz, when they drop back, they're not gonna know, and that's gonna be so awesome, man. There are not major holes on the team. Hex, can't read that, won't win, but there is even competition at I heard there's competition at kicker. And you know what? Man, it's so good. I do see Prater win the job because he's a veteran and he's a proven veteran, but I do like the fact that there is competition at the kicker spot because he is getting older and he made a couple mistakes last year. Let's not fool ourselves. Obviously, he's still one of the better kickers in the league. It's not like Green Bay. And oh man, I gotta talk about that. I gotta talk about what Aaron Rodgers be saying about our team. And Mr. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Oh, he made me mad. He made me mad, folks. He took a swipe at our team. He took a swipe at Matthew Stafford. He said, "Hey, they actually may do something this year. They actually have." He made a swipe at us, man. I don't like that guy. I don't like Aaron Rodgers at all. He make a swipe at my quarterback. I hope our defensive line makes a nice swipe at him. I am tired of Mr. Aaron Rodgers opening his mouth. He's really wanting to get smoked again. We have defeated their team two years in a row. And you know what, Aaron Rodgers? You need to just keep your mouth shut and keep your head down and focus on your team. Don't worry about us. Focus on your team because that dude, I can't stand him, man. You know what? I didn't hate him as much in his earlier years, but he has really turned into a diva. It it's like, man, why are you acting like this? You're known as one of the best quarterbacks in all of the NFL, okay? This is known. So why are you gonna act like you're a god? Why don't you be humble? Why don't you be like a Tom Brady? Why don't you be humble, man? You're the quarterback. You're not supposed to be a diva. That's why your players don't respect you. That's why your foreign players don't respect you. You're the quarterback. You're the leader of the team. Yeah, they finally found something. They're better than me. Oh, yeah, man. You know what, Aaron Rodgers? You know what? You know what, Aaron Rodgers? Quarterback Matthew Stafford is so much more of a man and so much more of a leader than you'll ever be. His wife has brain surgery and he goes up and shows up for OTAs and he don't cry once. He don't make no excuse. He doesn't open his mouth and he act like a diva. You do. Your team don't respect you. Fans don't respect you. People don't respect you. You are a disgrace to being a leader. You are not a leader. Leaders don't do that. You don't do that. You're not a leader. You're trash. You're trash. You may have skill, but you're trash because your personality is garbage. Your ego is garbage. A man don't need to act like that. Act like a man. Be a leader. Can't stand that dude, man. Be a man. No one respect you. I was a sergeant in the army. You have to act like a man. You got to be a leader. You have to lead by example. You got to lead by example. You don't cry. You don't throw shots at our team. Focus on your team. Your team ain't done nothing in the last couple years. Why you focus on us for? You ain't done nothing. Guess what, Aaron Rodgers? Oh, you don't think they're gonna post that in that defensive line? You don't think Matt Patricia is gonna post? You think you felt us last year? You're gonna in the last couple years. You're gonna feel us this year. You're gonna feel us this year because this ain't the same Detroit Lions. This is not the same Detroit Lions that you're used to. This is a whole different team. It's a whole different mentality. We're not gonna let this diva, think that he's gonna push us around and scare us. We're better at a lot of things than you and your team. Your team you have no way to speak. You didn't win last year. You don't even see. You know what? I'm gonna give respect to the other teams in the NFC North. You don't see Kirk Cousins and the Vikings talking like that. You don't see the Bears who won the division talk like that. You don't, because you're not a leader. You don't see Tom Brady talk like that, huh? You don't see Philip Rivers, and he's got a temper. You don't see Mahomes talk like that. You're not a leader. And that's why they're gonna move on from you next year, because you're ate up from the floor up. You're broke. You're too old. Get over it. Focus on your team, not our team. You're just giving us reason to really wanna not just beat you, but hurt you. Have that defensive line smack you a little bit harder. And you know what? Maybe Aaron Barr, when he broke your collarbone, maybe that'll happen again. You're made of glass. You got nothing on us, man. You got nothing. Discount double break. That's what it's gonna be. So diva, man. Hey, A Raj, yeah, A Raj, you diva, you're a girl, man. You act like a little girl. My 13-year-old is more of a leader than you'll ever be, man. You're you're a chump, man. Straight chump. You don't know nothing about respect and nothing about leadership. I would lay down my life for my men, for my team. You won it, you would cry. You'd whine. You would cry because you're not a leader. You're not a man. Our leader has brain surgery. His wife has brain surgery, and he comes back and doesn't whine about it. He doesn't cry about it. That's what a leader is. He's a leader, not you. Our team defends Matthew Stafford. Your team won't defend you because you're nothing, man. You're nothing. Aaron's soft. He's soft. He's a China doll. You get broke, man. Tell him I do feel that way, man. Because and again, it's nothing to do with the Green Bay Packers. I never hated the Chicago Bears really that much. Like, obviously I disliked him for being in the NFC North until Jay Cutler got there. Jay Cutler was not a leader. He frustrated me with his diva actions. Okay? It's individuals like this. You're the face of your franchise, and you're gonna act like a little crybaby coward, man. Wake up. You're a quarterback. You're a quarterback. You're a leader. You got to lead by example. That's how you get respect. That's how you get respect, man. You put in the work. You do what it takes, whatever it takes. If that means work more hours, that means doing some more than you have to do. That's what you do. You don't cry and blame others. You don't see our quarterback doing that. And that's enough of A-Rod. Thank you, man. I just, you know me, man. I don't like that guy. Ever since he became I'd take Brett Favre over him any day. And Brett Favre had a lot of issues with his retiring, not retiring, and he had issues himself, but at least he didn't cry. He took a beating in that Saints game and his final playoff push. He didn't cry. Aaron Rodgers be crying. He ain't nothing, man. A-Rod, I'm going to talk about my defense right now because this is something that you're going to face because our defensive line is thick. Our defensive line has depth. Our defensive line is sick. It is scary sick. Deshaun Hand, good luck with Hand. He is premier. He is premier, man. He broke his wrist trying to drink a beer. Hey, man, that's a good one, man. Break that thing down. You gotta watch out, Aaron Rodgers. You need to focus on yourself. He chipped his tooth on a plastic cup. You guys got full of jokes today. That's a good one, G Berry. Yeah, man. He is a glass man. They used to call Stafford after his 2 years Glassford. That ain't true. We all know who the real glass man is. Hey, just like 50 Cent said, if you got a glass jaw, you better watch your mouth, 'cause I'll break your face. And that is exactly what our defensive line is gonna do. And you see, they did some rough hits on him, and they're gonna continue that. Trey Flowers and all them boys. And when you're getting chased after, you're gonna throw some bad passes, and we got a very, very well-rounded secondary that is gonna be slobbering from the mouth to pick off your passes. And you don't think they're not gonna get in your face after this? You're crazy, man. That was so stupid of you. That was just stupid. And the kids, why are you doing that, man? Oh, oh, I love it. Okay, now when it comes to the Hard Knocks, we still don't got a word. We don't know when it's gonna happen, if the word's gonna break out, and I have no idea when it's if we're gonna get it or not. We'll find out. We'll deal with it when it comes. But if we do have it, if we do end up having Hard Knocks, what I'm going to do is I got HBO and I will watch it instantly, and then I'm going to make notes if this occurs, folks. And then I'm going to go live right after and kind of give you my breakdown of what I saw and what we're seeing, because if we do have this chance to be on Hard Knocks, something I don't want to do. I don't want it, but we got to take advantage of it, because as the DSA we got to bring information to you, the viewer, and obviously if it's about our team, we definitely got to do that. So I will break that down if that comes to pass. If it doesn't, that's great news, man, because I don't want to be on it. I don't want distraction. We've had a good off season so far, and I don't want the distraction. And so we'll deal with that when the time comes. We will deal with that when the time comes, and I'll break it down. And so when it comes of the future of myself, again, I'm gonna break down individual players. I'm gonna come back and get that draft free agent draft pick, and do a little breakdown on him and see how that goes. I'm going to drop more top 5 videos. Again, it takes a little bit of time to do these things, man, because you gotta do all the research, and then you gotta find it and break it all down, and go with the legality of it, because I don't want to get a strike. That's not what I want to get. I don't want to be like Luke G and be free micro Mike. We don't need that. So I got to do it the correct way, but that's what it's coming down, man. I try to drop a video every day for you guys, and do whatever I can to give you quality stuff to watch and view, and do my part as the Detroit Sports Alliance, and that's what it's all about, man. And bring quality content. Now I'm gonna see if there's anything more popped up. See, I got a feed that gives me instantly information that breaks down, and so nothing new yet. I'm just waiting, because it should be any time when it comes to breaking news about that Hard Knocks. I am worried about that, man, and I'm worried about to see how this goes. Um, and what else? And I didn't really want, again, when it comes to Darius Slay, when it comes to Snacks Harrison, we talked about it a billion times. I do not see them holding out in training camp. I truly don't. I think, again, it was overhyped, but us as individuals on the DSA, we do got to break down the what ifs and the what nots. And just in the worst case scenario, which I don't see happening. I see a best case scenario, and I am super excited to see those guys on the field when they do. Now, the preseason schedule came out with the times. It's basically the same times it usually is. I think the first game's 7:30, and then 8 o'clock. The same preseason times. So we know the preseason games we're playing against the Patriots, and the same guys that we broke down a long time ago. And again, when it comes to the preseason, don't worry about the score. Score does not matter. We're going to focus on individual players. and first string versus first string, that type of thing. And that's how I knew, like, last off season, my prediction even before preseason was going to be a bad year. Is when you watch that first string offensive defense, we were not looking good. And so when we look this year, I can't wait to see the difference. I cannot wait to see the difference of this offense and the building block of the defense, and how they're going to build from pedestrian, from pretty good to it was getting really good by the end of the year to now this could be a top five defense in the NFL. I truly believe this is going to be the year we have top five defense and we can have a really good offense. Now again, in the last couple years, if you've been watching, as we all have, 2011 we had a great offense. It was a top five offense. In 2014, we had the second ranked defense in the NFL, but our offense was not good. And this year, I think our offense is going to be really good. Our defense is going to be really good. And of course, special teams is going to be really good with Agnew and Ty. So this is going to be a fantastic period, and definitely want to break down that stuff in preseason. I don't know if I'm going to go to a preseason game. Since it costs the same as a regular season game, I think it'd be a waste of time to drive up there and actually view it. Why, when I can just but go to regular season game? And so I would really like to go to regular season game and do some live streaming and different views that are not particularly shown. I think that would be really kind of cool. And if you get there earlier to meet with the players and have a conversation with them, that's always a good thing. And that's what you can do if you've been there. I'm gonna go to training camp. I have not picked a day yet, and I'm gonna talk to rest of the Detroit Sports Alliance and see anyone in the D would like to meet me there. We can do a live stream, try to interview some players, and get an up-depth look of how things are looking with our own eyes instead of just the reporter's eyes, because right now we can only go by what's being reported. We simply can't go by anything else, and that's pretty much vital for our team understanding this. Now, according to PFF, they believe Slay shouldn't get a new deal. I don't even have to have PFF to explain that. I don't think. I mean, he's got a good deal right now, so I really don't want to get all into that. We all know that's just how it is, and that's just how it is. And again, Tracy Walker is doing a really good job according to today's work. And again, I think he's going to make the team, and he has the potential to be a leader for us and lead that young secondary and help them out to the future. Does Dallas come to Detroit? Yes, they do come to Detroit. I'm not sure. I think it's in little past midseason. They come to Detroit, and oh man, I don't even want to just pretend what I know the exact date of their game. I think I know they're saying that Ezekiel Elliott's not going to play, and so maybe it's a little bit earlier. I'm pulling up the schedule right now. So the Lions play the Dallas Cowboys November 17, and it will be at Detroit. That is going to be a fun game because no matter who's on the field, we all know the last couple years, man, Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions is always come down to the wire, and it's a nail biter. And I don't see anything different. I think it'll probably be that way again. They have a lot of our past coaches, and for whatever reason, it always comes down to the last series. So that will be a fun game. I do predict we win that game this year and get payback because it's at our house. We are very noisy at Detroit. It is hard to play at Detroit, and our defense and offense is much improved. And we're always competing against them, even when our teams wasn't that great. So that is going to be fun to watch for sure. Another game I'm really interested in, and I think it's going to be one of the harder games, is the Lions versus the Chargers. I think that is going to be a tough game for us. I think that the Chargers have a chance to win their division, and they're going to be tough. They don't have a whole lot of time with Phil Rivers, and so um, that will be a fun game to watch and see how our teams compete with each other. And man, I hope we can win that game. I hope we can win every game. It's going to be a tough one though. and we'll see. So the preseason game for the Lions, the first one's at 7:30 p.m. The next preseason game is with the Texans at 8 p.m. The following one is 8 p.m. again and 7:30 against Cleveland. So same old stuff. Not a whole lot much to break down there. Again, just you simply want to watch how the teams play with their first stringers and specifically individual players. And so if there is anything you guys would like to ask me, drop it down now because I got 6 minutes left until I am going to get up out of here. And I would like to leave it to you. Also, before I do that, Friday, it is Subscriber Friday. I will be live at 6 o'clock. That day is specifically for you guys. I am simply will talk about everything you guys want to talk about, and I'm going to continue this. And again, I think I'm getting the stuff up for you guys to call in. I'm trying to get it. I think I got the software up. I got to do a couple practice tests before I do that. I got to do some tests and make sure that it goes correctly without breaking down because that stuff can break down quick. Now, if I can get it up before Friday, I'll have you guys call in and talk to me personally and subjects that you guys want to talk about for as long as you want to talk about it. If you just want to ask a question and jump up off there, that's fine. If you want to talk for 10 minutes, we can do that, man. Do you believe the third game of the preseason is the most important? It it is in a sense that the first stringers are on the field for usually till the third quarter to the beginning of the third quarter. However, with that said, they don't actually play offensive schemes, so it's super bland. So in a sense that it is, but in a sense that it's not. I think I think the most important thing about the preseason, the absolute most important thing about the preseason is no injuries. That's it. And for offense is to get as much reps as they can because it is a new offense. So they may go a little bit more in the couple preseason games, but it is in a sense that they played the offense and the defense more, but in a sense that they're not schematically drawing up plays. They're not doing the X and O's thing. They're going to run bland plays. They don't want to give out their offense. So again, it is, but it isn't. You know what I'm saying? So like I think it was a couple years ago we played the New England Patriots and we smoked them in the third preseason game, and that was awesome. I loved it. I loved how we beat them, but they were playing they're playing a bland scheme. They weren't scheming for us. And so it's very important for us to understand that. And watch the growth of the offense. If they start you see they're clicking by the third preseason game, that will be a great sign, especially this year because it's a new offense. The number one thing is injuries. The number two thing is get these players to play and understand the playbook because it's a new offense. We want to start is best week one. We want to start as fast as humanly possible, and we know when it comes to understanding a new scheme, it takes a little bit. So as fast as they can learn it, it is only going to benefit us. So if that means they got to play a little bit more for the first, second, and third preseason game, by all means, Bob Quinn and Patricia and Bevel, you guys do that. Now there's no need for the defense. They understand the scheme, maybe individual players, the rookies that we picked up and possible free agents, but other than that, man, I think they're pretty good. And no need to throw Agnew in there. We got Ty. We can see what he can do. We all know what Agnew can do on special teams. There's no reason for it. Great show. Keep up the excellent work. No, thank you, man. Thank you for taking your time and joining me. I mean, literally, I'm just one guy. Understanding that you guys or the Alliance are creating a movement will be live feeds from tailgating and local. Heck yeah, we will be. I will be live streaming from tailgates. I for sure will do that. That is specifically what I'm gonna do. I talked to some of the DSA members and we're gonna try to hopefully get a game like we're all together, at least the ones that can be there, because some of us don't actually. Some of them lives out of state, but if we can get together and do tailgate live stream, that would be awesome. I made a promise to everyone, and I'm going to continue to do that. If we make the playoffs, I'm going to go to a local bar, and I'm going to live stream, and whoever's locally come in, I'll buy you all drinks, and we're going to have a hella fun time. And it will be on me because that's how I do. I do it here at my house when we have games. It's all free beer and hot wings. All my friends come over and we have a good time. So I will do that for sure when it comes to if we make the postseason. Will I come up there? Possibly a couple games this year just to do that. Yeah, I think so. I think I can convince my wife and my kids to come up to Detroit. They love going up to Detroit. They're football fans like myself. You've seen them on the hype video, or sorry, when we got TJ Hawkinson, they had their gear up. So they love that stuff too. They like meeting the players. So I could see for sure that going down. I know for myself, I will do that a couple times. I can't speak for them. I know for sure one game that we're gonna try to all get at. We just got to figure that out. What game we're gonna do, and for sure, man, that will be dope. And that's something that we would love to do because I'd like to meet you guys, man. I want to meet anyone that can meet up. I got my jersey on. I'm gonna be at the open practice, and it says Micro Mike on here. I look just like the way I do. I have my hat on. So if you guys are there at training camp, I'll tell you the days I go. Come hit me up. We will do live feeds right then and there. We'll talk. We'll try to get in on some players and have some fun with them. So do that, man. That will be fun. That's something I want to do for sure. I just live 3 hours from Detroit. It's really not that far. Usually, when I go to Detroit, I go to a Tigers game, I watch the game, and then the next day, I go to Lions training camp. That's what I've done the last couple of years. And so, if you guys are down for Tigers games as well, that's something I will do. Because if I'm going down to Detroit, I want to experience everything. Well, I'm not really a big baseball fan, but hey, man, if you're there, it's only like $50, so go up there, take the kids, get a couple hot dogs, and then do some live Detroit Lions for the whole day, man. I'll do it the whole day. It's really fun, a really fun environment. If you ever been there, it's great, man. And so we'll do that for sure. And I will get back with you on dates. I'm gonna have to talk with the DSA soon about that because we're trying to get times, and time's the limit because we got to get tickets, and we all got to get tickets next to each other, and then we can do a live stream at Ford Field in there too. That would be really dope. To be inside Ford Field. Again, if you get there early, like at 10 o'clock, you can talk to players and stuff. So that would be real dope if we can do a live stream and have the players live come on and talk to us live to you guys who are not showing up. I think that would be really fun. I'll be at preseason games, Rock OP. Okay, mate. Tell me what preseason games you're gonna go to. Now, if the tickets were not as much as they are regular season, I think I would do that. If they do drop the prices, maybe I'll go to a preseason game because again, it's good to watch the talent that we picked it up in the draft and free agents and free agent players when it comes to rookies. As far as I know, I thought it was the same price, so I may be wrong. We'll see. If that's the case, if a lot of you guys end up going to preseason games or something like that, maybe I'll go anyways, just out of respect and meet some of you guys up, and then we can do a live stream. That would be real cool. I have to call the Ford Field and see what the rules and regulations are about doing a live stream at Ford Field. I'm sure it wouldn't be a big deal at all. And so Patriots and Browns. Ooh, that would be a good one to go to. Dang, that's actually a really good one. Those teams are gonna be interesting. Man, I may have to do that as well. I think it'd be really. I want to see Tom Brady one time. I've not seen him live. I've always wanted to see Tom Brady live because he's such a big icon, especially I'm not a really big Michigan fan, but my neighbor is actually played past tense for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 10 years. Rob Renus, he's my neighbor, and he actually won his ring with the Wolverines with Tom Brady. That's when they won their ring. He's a retired Seattle player. He's my buddy's cousin. He's actually I live between Holland and Zeeland. He was the Zeeland head coach for a couple years. So it'd be really cool to see Tom Brady and experience something that I've never experienced, as well as obviously our own team. But he has a big history here, and knowing my neighbor, he won his ring for Michigan Wolverines with him, so I think that would be really legit and cool. So maybe I have to do that as well. Those are really good games to go to, and the Browns, of course, man, they really up their roster this year, and they have a lot of hype going around them as well. So for sure, man, and I'm gonna get you as soon as possible. Hopefully, I can have something by the end of this week, because actually, when I get off here, I'm gonna send them an email and be like, hey, look, we got to get this down pat so we all can get the tickets at the same time with the same seats around each other, because that would be fun, man. Have all of us together, going crazy during a Lions game, and doing some real analysis with some players, because I think it's important if we can get out more and leave the functions of our house and actually be on the field more, and talking to players and getting real feedback with the individuals themselves. I think that would really benefit the Detroit Sports Alliance, as well as you guys and everybody else, man, because that's what we want to do. We want to replace the Carlos Manures. We want to replace the Dan Brickheads. We want to replace Mike Valenti's. There's no need for these guys anymore. They're big league right now, but we want to take over and bring the better perspective, and that's our goal. Our goal is to consistently do this, and maybe, just maybe, do a radio station and have something like that up. So we have big plans. We have real big plans for the DSA, and I love it that you guys are coming for the ride. All you guys. Even if there's just one person listening to me, I really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome, man. Without you guys, I'm nothing. I'm just like you. I'm just a huge Lions fan as well. And I truly appreciate everything you guys do. Taking the time to watch our videos, to watch my videos. I really truly appreciate it, man. You guys are the best. Period. There is no one better than you guys. You guys make it. You get me make it work for all of us, man. And I truly appreciate it, man. Joe Anderson, Lions. That's right, man. One pride. We are one. We are one. We are one unit, and we are going to change it. We're going to change the culture. Slowly but surely, this is what we're going to do. And when I look at other YouTube videos, when it comes to the mainstream, they're getting a lot of down likes, a lot more than they were before. And I really think that has something to do with us, with the Detroit Sports Alliance. We're making big things going on, man. Roar for sure. Roar for sure. And you guys are awesome, man. I have much love for you guys. I have love for the DSA. Without them, I'm nothing. Without you, I'm nothing. And you know, I'm getting closer to get to that 1,000 mark. I feel like it's flying. It's only been 2 months. I'm at 331, and I wouldn't have done it without you. So I'm gonna keep any type of videos you want to see, specific videos. Any one of you guys want to see something specific, please send me a message, man. I'm all ears. Send me a comment. Send me a message. I have a list. I just simply write it down. And okay, I'm like, okay, this guy wants something, then I'm gonna go next. Oh, I just got a subscriber. I just got it lit up. I really appreciate whoever just subscribed to me, man. You're awesome. I truly appreciate it. And again, you guys are what we are. You guys are the one pride. You guys are the reason we are what we are, man. Thank you for your military service. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You know, my father was in Vietnam. He did 2 tours in Vietnam. He did 2 years in Nam. And when he got back, he told me this was not a long time ago. It was after I joined the army. He never really talked to me about it. He said when he got out of Vietnam, he got spit on and disrespected. And I said, man, I felt so bad. And now when I'm in the military, and when I was in, and when I'm out now, I get nothing but respect. And you know what? Without that, I don't know how you can make it, man. I don't know. I Thank you, man. Keep doing what you're doing and stuff. And thank you, man. I really appreciate it, Edwards. I truly do. And this is all we are, man. And again, if you were listening before, I'm gonna try to get my call lines up so y'all can call in. We can just chit chat for a while, as long as you want. And we go back to that military, man. Without people like yourself that say these, like, it means a lot. Like, it truly does. It strikes my heart, man. And Man, my buddy just came up here from Florida today. He picked my daughter up. Me and him was in the army together. I've known him for 20 years, and he picked my kid up, and his kid plays with my kid, and he just told me I have one of his friends that we were in the army with. I didn't know about this. Has just committed suicide, and he's his good friend, and he just killed himself. And I think without hearing these words like from you guys, a lot of people, a lot of veterans, they have mental issues. They have post traumatic stress disorder, and with when you guys say these nice things to veterans, myself or any other one, it means a lot. It truly does, and it makes you appreciate life more. It makes you appreciate everything that you got when you look back at like my buddy's friend just committing suicide. My buddy just 2 months ago committed suicide at a VA, and he was African American. And when somebody left that bad comment, I was so angry. I was so angry that they would use those dropping N bombs, because I think about my buddy who killed himself, and he literally fought for the country, and they just spat on his grave. And that's why I don't like that racism stuff, man, because these people, they literally will lay down their lives for you, and you may, like, I had a friend that's an atheist. I have a friend that was a Wiccan in the army. The weirdest thing, because you don't ever hear about that. I had a friend that was Muslim. My best friend, my very best friend, man, is white, and my very best friend is Hispanic, and we would die for all of us, man. We'd lay down our lives for each other. And so when it comes to that racism crap, when it comes to that nonsense of splitting, you know, it's something that I don't go for, man. I don't like it at all. Hey guys, you're new to Sweetbread, new to your channel, and I am from Lansing. Hey man, awesome. Awesome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and being new to the channel. I truly appreciate it. So I'll give you an update, kind of what I go around here. So I do 3 live events a week on my channel. So I'll do that Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Usually I go to 6. And on Friday, it's called Subscriber Friday. So I start at 6 o'clock. I go live. And it is Subscriber Friday. So you run the show. You tell me what you want, and I will talk about it. I'm going to get phone lines up so then you guys can talk in. Also, I drop a video every single day. I try to do one every single day, whether it be breaking down film specific players on offense or defense. I break down film on any suggestions that you want. I also do hype videos. That's what I'm known for. They call me hype micro hype, because I love hype videos. What up, though, Snow G? And just explaining to the new users how I roll here. So I do hype videos, I do motivational videos, I do football breakdown videos, I do some breaking news videos if it's vital. I leave that to other people though. There's other Lions YouTubers that are big into doing the breaking news. I'd rather just do the breaking down and let them do that. Let my niche be a little different. I'm part of the Detroit Sports Alliance, and what we do is we bring a positive vibe and straight facts as best that we can to you, the viewer, from our point of view. Because again, I played wide receiver in high school, and so I really like the X and O's in that stance. And Luke G, he played linebacker, I believe, in high school and in college. And sweet when it's not outside. Yeah, yeah, man. It ain't sweating right. It's actually like 75 degrees. I live in Holland, Michigan, so I'm not too far from you. Just what, and a half away. And so, yeah, I live by the lake. I'm about 5 minutes from Lake Michigan, so it's a little cooler over here. Um, and so that's what I do, man. And so with that said, man, it's 36:15. I'm about to get off here. And again, I really appreciate you guys taking your time. If you're wanting to see what I talked about earlier, just hit the rewind and it will rewind back, and you can go through other videos. Also, I'm on the round table. I'll get on the round table as much as I can. I have a crazy sleep schedule, and the round table is Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock to usually about 10, and that will be on the Gridiron Blitz or Luke G's or Noble Sports' channel. And so that's where all of us come together, and we get together and talk Detroit Lions football. And it's fun. We do facts, we make jokes, we have a great time, and if you have not subscribed to those guys, do it as well. All those guys. You can see the name rolling up on here, so do that as well. And we're about the love on this channel. We're not about the hate, and we're not going to be dissing each other and talking bad about our team. We do the best that we can from the knowledge that we know, and we give it to you, the viewer, and we do what we can to bring a positive vibe to Detroit. Positive vibe, man. That's what it's all about. It's all about the good stuff, man. Because we've lived through the bad stuff, and we just can't be doing that anymore, man. It's just too depressing, man. So with that said, I'm a truck driver to Myers out the purple. Oh yeah, man. I live that Myers right there. I live literally, I don't know, 3-4 miles from there. So I go to Myers is the store I go to, man. And so awesome, man. That is awesome. I live literally 3-4 miles from that Meyer. So yeah, that's awesome, man. If you really get down with my videos and you end up coming down to Holland, man, hit me up, man. Um, we talk some Lions football because I live right there. I live right there. I live right by the Holland Seven. That theater, if you know, is right next to the Myers. So that's where I live, man. And that would be cool, man. That'd be really cool. So hit me up for sure. If you want to talk more, if you want to see some of my videos, hit me up, man. Hit me up. I'm all ears. I got a Twitter. I got my comments. You can leave me a comment and you can send me email. All the information is on this video. Scrolling, and it's awesome, man. You'll like it. You'll like it. With that said, fellas, though, it is already 6:15, and my kids are hungry and they need to eat, and their dad's got to make them some food because mom's at work and dad is here. So, with that said, fellas, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and watching my video. And awesome, man. I will see you guys, or I'll talk to you guys either Thursday or Friday.